Candid Kudzi. Conversations flow and women grow. We break taboos, build strong bridges through shared experiences and empowering stories. Welcome to Candid
Welcome
Kudzi.
back. It's lesson number 44. Am I right? Yes, it is. It's lesson number 44. Today is 20 Feb. But I'm not going to be talking about dates because this thing, I'm hoping that it will last into eternity. Can I start by reading a scripture? I want to read from Psalm 68, verse 6. I'm failing to find the version that he used to tell. Okay, I found it. New King James Version. Femi used to tell me this scripture a lot. He used to say, God sets the solitary in families. He brings out those who are bound into prosperity, but the rebellious dwell in dry land. What he used to say is, remember, he was an immigrant, but he always used to say, I think I'm a missionary. I came for ministry and God placed me in a family. I belong to El Shaddai. The lesson I want to talk about is not only about what he taught me, but what I learned post his passing. When he passed, I learned the value of relationships. I learned the value of the gift of man. I learned the value of being good, being a good person, being good to people, being part of a family, being part of a church family. So I think it's more than one lesson in one. Okay, can I break it down? The gift of people. No one can survive as an island. No one can survive alone. You need people around you. He came alone to South Africa. And then the only way he could have survived was having friends and family. He belonged to a church family. They became his family. I remember we got married. We had children and naming ceremonies. We had birthdays. We had so much. I'm just sharing now a picture of one of his birthdays. I think this was his 40th birthday. And those are brothers he met along the way. And they became family. God placed him, a solitary guy, into a family. When we got married, his family was too far to come and do the traditional rites. It was our church family, our pastors, the senior pastors of where we fellowship, Apostle Charles and Juliana, who went and stood as parents in the Lobola negotiations. That's placing a solitary person in a family. So I've learned over the years the value of people, the value of the gift of people. You need people. Be good to people. There are times when someone would do something to me or something would do something that annoyed me and I would want to tell them off because I had a very quick tongue. But you would say to me, no, is this worth the relationship you have with this person? Is telling them your mind worth your relationship? Because I can guarantee you, once you tell them what you're thinking, you might not have a relationship with them beyond that. And then that would like calm me down and it would make me think twice about my reactions to people. And you'd always say to me, you are human, you are not perfect. Why would you expect the next person to be perfect? No one is perfect. We are all work in progress. Even your men and women of God are not perfect. I remember there was a time I was like, I'll never go back to church. And he was like, it's fine, you can take a Sunday off, but remember what Jesus said, he who has no sin, let him cast the first stone. He would always like bring me back into line, which brings me to my next lesson. Just tune in and hear about who you marry and how they can influence your reactions in life. So he taught me the gift of people. I said, well, he was alive. And then when he passed on, I mean, it's almost 3 years now, and it's the people in our lives that have made the journey and the transition and the adaptation easier. I have so many people I can call on, some I never expected that I could, and they always help. I know I have God's promise of protection, that he's the husband of the widow, he's the father of the fatherless, and he's going to come through for us. But I also know that he sends people to fulfill those things that he wants to do in our lives. And so I'm so grateful for the gift of men. This one deserves a full episode, and I think soon, not too far, we'll be having a full episode of this particular episode. So have a good day. I hope you also learned to value relationships, value people. People are, he used to say, it's not the outer shell that you're valuing, it's the breath of God inside a human being that you value. Value people, respect people, cherish people, and help people, and love people. And so that's lesson number 44. Look out for lesson number 43. I'm going to be telling you about who the value of the person you marry and what our marriage taught me. Bye.